Welcome everyone to today's 30-minute power flow practice. My name is Brittany and I'll be guiding us through this flow. And today we'll be starting down on our mats in Shavasana or corpse pose. So you can start to make your way there now. Laying down onto your mat, extending your arms and legs out wide, taking up as much space here as you'd like. And taking the time to wiggle around just this pose. Maybe invite a bolster underneath your knees. Just finding a comfortable position. Just begin to focus in on your breath here, just noticing its natural flow. Noticing if perhaps you're breathing short, staggered breaths. Or maybe you're already at a place where you're breathing slow, deep, rhythmic breaths. You may notice that as you begin to focus on your breath, it automatically starts to transition to that deeper flow. Once you're starting to feel a bit more relaxed, a bit more grounded down to your mat, begin to actively deepen your breath. Breathing in through your nose nice and big. And exhaling out of your nose as well. Breathe in, fill up your belly with air. Breathe out, hug your navel to your spine, expelling all the still air. Inhale, expand your ribs wide in every direction. And exhale, contract your ribs in. Inhale, fill up your chest, feel it puff towards the ceiling. Exhale to slowly release. Knitting all three motions together, inhale to your belly, your ribs, and your chest. Exhale out of your chest, ribs, and belly. Just continuing to flow here with your breath. Setting a pace for your breath for the rest of the practice. Today's practice, we will be doing a lot of powerful poses, such as the warriors 1, 2, and 3, as well as chair pose. So take this moment here to try to cultivate all the power, all the strength and energy that you have. Because we will be using that strength, that power for these poses, for this flow. With your next inhale, begin to reach your arms above your head, extending your legs long down your mat, coming to a full body stretch. And exhale, curl your knees into your chest and wrap your arms around your leg, giving yourself a hug. You can begin to sway here side to side, left and right, giving your massage, giving your back a little massage. And slowing this rock down, bring your hands to the back side of your knees and begin to rock and roll up and down the length of your spine, the length of your mat. On your third rock, pause in a boat pose. So lots of options here for boat pose. Your toes might be pointing down toward the mat for some support. Or you can lift your legs off the ground, knees are bent at a 90-degree angle. Hands can stay on your thighs, helping to lift your chest, or perhaps you reach your arms out in front of you. This might be where you stay, or you can play with lengthening one leg out, followed by the other, or you might stay with both legs straight. Find a posture which allows you to keep a lift in your chest forward and up. And you're starting to feel a little bit of fire, a little bit of work in your belly. We're going to find the flow here. So taking a breath in your high boat. Exhale, begin to lower, so we'll hover, so your heels and shoulders are floating. Inhale to high boat. Exhale, drop to your low. 3 more times here. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Keep engagement in your belly, hugging your belly button in towards your spine. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower to low boat and pause here. Start to flutter kick your legs for kind of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full body stretch. Stretch your belly out. Hands behind your knees. Start to rock and roll 3 rocks. On that 3rd rock, find your boat pose. Perhaps you try a different variation this time. Take a big breath in, chest lifts, high boat. Exhale, drop to your low boat. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower 3 more times. Find your flow. Feeling a shake in your belly, that means you're working hard. 2 more. Last one. Lower into low boat, pause. This time crisscross your legs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Full body stretch. Curl your knees in, begin to rock and roll, gaining momentum as you rock. This time at the top, cross your ankles, plant your hands, and come to all fours for a tabletop. Moving into a cow and cat flow. With your inhale, begin to drop your belly, lift your shoulders, lift your tailbone. Exhale, round your spine, press your hands into your mat and gaze to your belly button. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, cow. Exhale, coil in, tucking your chin to your chest for cat. One more time here, inhale. Exhale. Return to your tabletop, your neutral spine. Spread your fingers wide, curl all 10 toes into the floor, and then press your hips up and back behind you. Downward facing dog. You can find some movement here if you'd like by pedaling your legs, bending one knee followed by the other. And adding in any other movements you need to help wake up your body. Once you're feeling a bit more energized, you can slow this movement down and find stillness. Take a big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth side out. Inhale, gaze forward, come high onto your toes. Exhale, bend knees and then tiptoe towards the front of your mat for a forward fold. Feet are hip width apart. Inhale for a halfway lift. Reach your crown away from your hips. Exhale to fold in. 2 more times. Halfway lift. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out and fold. Last one. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to release. Ground down through your feet. Inhale, begin to rise up to stand. Reach your biceps by your ears, reaching for the ceiling. Exhale, hinge your hips and swan dive, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out, plant your hands, step your feet to plank, drop your knees to your mat, lower to your belly. Untuck your toes, keep your hands where they are. Begin to lift just your chest here for a baby cobra. Exhale to lower your chest back down. Inhale, rise up through tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, down dog, taking 5 breaths here. So we just move through our first vinyasa, our first flow, and I'll take us through 2 more different variations. Inhale, draw your gaze forward, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and step to the front of your mat, forward folds. Breathe in, create a flat back. Breathe out, fold. Root down, rise up as you inhale. Spine can stay neutral, or you can lean your chest back slightly. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet to plank. Option to drop your knees or keep them floating, lower to your belly. Untuck your toes, inhale for a baby or a full cobra, extending your arms. Exhale, transition back to your down dog, taking 3 cycles of breath here. Inhale, gaze to your fingers, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up tall, reach for the ceiling. Exhale, fold in. Halfway lift, create a flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop to plank, lowering halfway or all the way down. Inhale to cobra or up dog, floating your hips and your thighs. Exhale, press back to down dog, hips lift up and back. Adding on here, inhale, gaze forward, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop forward. Big toes will touch, heels slightly apart. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Chair pose, sweep your biceps up by your ears. Hips will sit back, knees are bent. You can keep your biceps by your ears. You can reach towards the horizon. Hands can meet at your heart center. Just choosing whichever variation feels best for you in your body today. Notice where the weight is in your feet. And if it's not in your heels, try to draw it back there. Focusing on your breath, helping to move through this posture. Take one more inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out and take your flow. Lower down. Inhale to lift your chest. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, sweep your right heel high up to the ceiling. Exhale, step your foot forward between your hands. Drop your left heel down at 45 degrees. And begin to lift your arms up high, coming into a warrior one stance. So your back leg is straight and strong, heel is grounded. Hips are squaring forward, and you're lunging into your front knee. Your gaze can stay forward here, keeping a tall spine. Or you can begin to trace your gaze up along the ceiling, leaning your chest back, creating a baby back bend. Spread your fingers wide, bring some energy to your hands, to your arms. Bring one more breath in. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot to plank or keep it floating and lower down. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, sweep your left heel up high. Exhale, step your foot forward. Drop your right heel, circle your arms to the ceiling, warrior one. Trying to ground down evenly between both your feet. Drawing your left hip back, right hip forward, scissor hugging your legs. Trying to allow your shoulders to relax down your back. 2 more cycles of breath. Maybe on this last one, you gaze up high to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot to plank or keep it lifted as you lower. Inhale, lift your chest, shine your heart. Exhale, down dog. Take 3 breaths here. Switching things up a bit. Inhale, gaze forward, come high to your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop forward, fold, big toes touch. Halfway lift, reach your crown forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms forward, sit your hips low, chair pose. With your inhale, shift your weight into your left foot. Bring your hands to your heart and hug your right knee up to your chest. Exhale, dive your chest forward, kick your right foot back, coming to a warrior three stance. Your hands might stay at your heart center. Your hands can come by your hips, palms facing down for an airplane pose. Or take your full expression of warrior three, bringing your biceps by your ears, arms reaching forward. Try to stay strong in that left leg. You might feel a little shake, that's okay. Inhale, bring your hands to your heart, draw your right knee up to your chest. And exhale, step your right foot down to the ground, coming to an equal standing pose. Inhale, lift your arms up high to the ceiling. Exhale, bend into your knees, drawing your seat down and back for chair. We're going to switch sides here. Weight will go into your right foot. Inhale, draw your hands to your heart, lift your left knee. Exhale, extend your left leg behind you as your chest drops forward, warrior three. Even though your chest was moving down, once you find your warrior three, try to invite a slight lift in your chest once again, as if you're in a cobra or your up dog. Take on any variation you'd like with your hands here. And bring your gaze, your drishti, to one spot, helping to find your balance. With your next inhale, bring your hands to your heart, lift your left knee up to your chest. Exhale, step your foot down. Inhale, bring your biceps by your ears. Exhale to chair pose. Breathe in, breathe out, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, take your flow, lowering down. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your right heel high up to the ceiling. Bend your knee and stack your hips. Right hip will come over top of the left. Try to continue pressing evenly between your hands. Shoulders will stay squared to your mat. But then lift your right knee up as high as you can. Inhale, square your hips, straighten your leg. Exhale, step your foot forward between your hands. Drop your left heel to a 90 degrees. And then circle your arms open to the horizon, rising up to your warrior two stance. You can make some adjustments here if needed, maybe shortening or widening your foundation. Root to the pinky edge of your back foot and lunge nice and deep into your front knee. You can gaze down towards your big right toe, and if your knee is covering it here, try to draw your knee towards the pinky edge of your right foot. Gazing forward beyond your front fingertips, start to flick your front palm up to the ceiling. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right arm will lift high, left arm will drape down your left thigh, or bring your hand to your low back for a bind. Take big, expansive breaths here, creating some space and opening in the right side of your body. One more inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to your mat, square your hips. Step your foot to plank, chaturanga, lower down. Inhale to lift your chest, draw your shoulders back. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, sweep your left heel up high. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Left hip will come over the right. Once again, try to lift your knee up as high as you can. And then imagine that there is a weight in your left heel. And it's making it want to fall down towards the mat, deepening this twist. Inhale, square your hips, straighten your leg. Exhale, plant your foot forward between your hands. Drop your right heel to 90 degrees. Open your arms wide to the horizon, warrior two. Notice how your shoulders feel here, and if they're feeling tense, and if they feel like they're creeping up to your ears, try to relax them down your back. Arms reaching far apart from one another, gazing forward. Flip your front palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Left arm will lift, right arm tips back. Notice if you rose out of your lunge here, and if so, try to sink low once again. Creating space between your ribs as you breathe in. Last sip of breath in. Exhale. Drop your hands to your mat, square your hips. Step your left foot to plank, flow it out. Know that anytime throughout this practice, you can always skip your flow and press straight back to your down dog. Inhale, gaze to your fingers, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop, forward fold, big toes touch. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, Konasana. Arms reach forward, hips sink low. Finding that same sequence we were in before. With your inhale, bring your hands to your heart. Lift your right knee to your chest. Exhale to tip forward, kick your right leg back, warrior three. Not staying here for quite as long. Inhale, bring your right knee back towards your chest. With your exhale, cross right ankle over left thigh. Bend into your left knee, sitting hips down and back as if you're in your chair pose, but now we're in this figure four shape. Bring a flex into your right foot if it's not already there, helping to protect your knees. And let's see if you can see if you can sit a little bit lower here. Maybe you feel a bit of a stretch, some sensations in your right hip, right glute. Try to breathe through that. Inhale, lift your knee back up to your chest. Exhale, step your foot down, equal standing pose. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, chair, sit back. Switching sides, inhale, hands to heart, lift your left knee. Exhale, warrior three. Next inhale, rise back up, left knee will lift. Exhale, cross left ankle over right thigh. Bend to your right knee, drawing your hips down and back. Figure four chair. Keeping your gaze, you're resting on one spot. Try to focus on your breath. Both the gaze and the breath will help to find some balance, find some stability in this posture. Inhale, rise to stand, left knee will lift. Exhale, step your foot down to equal standing pose. Inhale, reach your biceps up by your ears. Exhale, chair. One breath in. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, sweep your right heel high to the ceiling. Bend your knees, stack your hips. You can stay here or open into a flip dog. Dropping your right foot down to your mat. Pressing evenly between your feet, lifting your hips, and reaching your right arm forward. One more breath in, fill up your chest. Exhale, return to your three-legged dog. Straightening your leg, breathe in. Breathe out, step your foot forward, warrior two. Rise into your powerful stance. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior, take a big breath in. Exhale, circle right forearm to your right thigh. Left arm can reach up high to the ceiling, or bring your bicep by your ear for extended side angle pose, partial Konasana. You might stay here as we hold for a few breaths, or you can play around with this pose. Bring your left hand towards your low back for a half bind. You can interlace your arms, your hands around your front thigh for a full bind. And if you have Bird of Paradise in your practice today, feel free to take that pose. Whichever pose you do settle into, try to maintain a steady breath. If you find your breath is a bit choppy, you might need to ease off slightly here. If you are in a bind, slowly begin to release it. With an inhale, reach your left arm forward. Exhale, plant your hands, square your hips, step your right leg back, flow it out. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hips. Stay here or flip your dog. Left foot will plant, hips lift, gazing to your fingers. Feeling an opening in your chest. Take a big breath in. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, step your foot forward and rise up to your warrior two. Right away, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior as you breathe in. Exhale, draw left forearm to left thigh. Right arm reaches up high, or bicep extends by your ear. Extended side angle. Taking about 5 cycles of breath as you are. We're moving into your half bind, your full bind, your Bird of Paradise. Really making this pose your own here. And know that what you did on the right side doesn't need to happen again on the left. See if you can draw your top shoulder back behind you, helping to rotate your chest and your heart up high to the ceiling. Slowly releasing your bind if you're there. Inhale, reach your right arm forward. Exhale, plant your hands, square your hips, step your left foot back, chaturanga. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, gaze forward, high your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop, forward fold. Last little bit of work here. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, lift your right knee. Exhale, cross right ankle over left thigh. Sitting back into your figure four chair. This time you can stay here, or perhaps you fold forward, bringing your hands down either towards a block or all the way to your mat. You can take an arm balance, bringing the palms of your hands flat to your mat, resting your right shin on your arms like a little shelf, and tipping your weight forward so your left leg, left foot might lift. As well, from here, you can take a toe balance by sitting your hips down towards left heel and playing with either bringing one or both of your hands off the mat. Taking about 2 more cycles of breath wherever you are. And then slowly coming out of that pose the same way that you came in. Right knee will lift. Exhale, plant your right foot. Inhale, sweep your arms to the ceiling. Exhale, bend to your knees, drop your hips down and back, chair pose. Inhale, hands to your heart, lift your left knee. Exhale, cross left ankle over right thigh, figure four chair. Choosing where you want to go on the left, you can stay in your chair, taking your fold. Maybe you go into your arm balance or your toe balance. Notice what your body is cueing you here. You might feel a deeper stretch in your hips and your hamstrings even in this posture. Really focus in on your breath. Wherever you are, slowly rise back up, hands to heart. Lift your left knee. Exhale, step your foot down. Keeping your toes touching, legs together. Lift your arms, come up onto your toes so your heels are lifted. And then slowly begin to drop your heels down, your hips down towards your heels, coming to a toe balance on both feet. Drop your hands to your mat, drop your seat down, and then roll to your back. Coming into a bridge pose, bring your feet about hip width apart, heels stacked underneath your knees. Bring your hands by your hips, palms are facing down. Start to root through your palms, root through your feet. With your inhale, lift your hips up high into your bridge. You can stay where you are. If you have a block, a bolster, a pillow, whatever you're using, you might slide that underneath your low back here, underneath your sacrum for some support. Or if you'd like to come deeper, you can interlace your fingers behind your back and then walk your shoulder blades close to one another. Two more breaths here. Begin to slowly drop your hips down to your mat. Step your feet mat width apart and windshield wiper your knees side to side. We'll set up for one more back bend here. You might come into another bridge, or you can come into wheel if that's in your practice today. For wheel, bring your hands by your ears, fingers are pointing towards your toes. With an inhale, rise into your back bend. Stand here for about 5 cycles of breath. But if your body tells you that it's ready to come down before, feel free to do so. Keeping some engagement in your glutes and your quads, lifting your hips. On that 5th breath, take the biggest breath in yet. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, lower your hips down, come into a supine bound angle pose. The soles of your feet touch, knees open wide. Hands can rest by your sides, palms facing up. Or you can bring one hand to your chest, one hand to your belly. Supta Baddha Konasana. Noticing the flow of your breath here. Maybe even feel your heart beating in your chest. Begin to draw your knees together. Curl your knees into your chest. Open your arms wide into a T. Fill up with your inhale. Exhale, drop your knees towards the left and gaze to your right fingertips for a supine twist. Pausing here for 5 breaths. You can stay as you are with your legs stacked. Or you can extend your right leg out long. You can bring left hand to right thigh and add a gentle pressure down. Or you can bring the peace fingers of your left hand to reach for your big right toe. Inhale, lift your knees, lift your gaze to center. Exhale, drop your knees to the right, gaze to the left, twisting in the opposite direction. modifying your twist however you'd like. With your inhale, try to fill up your belly, send air towards your low back. And with your exhale, notice as you naturally twist deeper. Inhale, return to center. Wrap your arms around your legs, giving yourself a big hug here. Draw your forehead in towards your knees, squeezing into a tight ball. Take a sip of breath in. Exhale, open and expand to your corpse pose, Shavasana. Take a big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. One more time, inhale. Exhale, release. Seal your lips together. Allow your natural breath to return to your body. Allow the benefits of the practice to wash over you from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. Feeling every muscle relax down towards your mat. And feel yourself growing heavier and heavier with every exhale. If you have the time, feel free to stay here as long as you'd like. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.